Hello, welcome at Galeria Labyrinth on a guided tour of the Unapplied Arts exhibition. My name is Krystian and I am an educator at Galeria Labyrinth. Today I'm going to talk about the main idea of the exhibition, the works and the artists presented. Karol Jakubczyk, who is standing right there, is responsible today for technical realization of this guided tour, and we are really glad to see you today and to have you at our guided tour in an online version. So let's start. Let's start about the title as such and about the main idea of the exhibition. The curators of this exhibition are Emilia Lipa and Agata Storz from Galeria Labyrinth. And Applied Arts is the title of this exhibition, and Applied Arts is associated with large-scale industrial projects. So things that are around us because someone had to design them. Everything that we have at home had to be designed by somebody, and there had to be someone with an idea for an object to create it. Applied arts is also associated with handicraft, with objects that have mainly utility function, and the curators of this exhibition started to look in collections of Galeria Labyrinth as well as in a collection of Lublin Society for the Encouragement of Fine Arts, and they wanted to find works that refer to this applied arts and to functions that are not artistic. And they found objects that have this kind of function that everyday objects have, but are of this art character. And we have them presented here at this exhibition. Why it is non-applied arts? Why is the title like this? Because artists very often try to take out this applied function from objects, and we will see them today. We will see how they cope with this idea, and we will see, I will tell you what is hidden in objects that look normally but are not what we may think they are. Okay, so after this beginning, let's start with our first work. Our first work which is here, and it is called Unfinished Radiator. This work looks like a radiator. This is work created by Tomasz Matuszak, and well, let's start with the appearance of this work. It is almost 2 meters in length, and it is replica. So this is an accurate representation of the real object, an accurate representation of a real radiators many people still have at home. What you can see when you look closely to the radiator, what Karol will do now is he will show you, you may see rust, you may see some imperfections on the surface of this radiator. What is interesting, it is placed on the wall. And many people who come to our gallery for this exhibition, to this exhibition room, they think it is a real radiator. So they try to put things on it and they try to lean on it. Of course, we do not let them do it. We always say that this is a work of art, so they had to be cautious. And when we look at this radiator, we may see that on one side it is unfinished, it is open. We can look as if inside of the radiator. What is more, there is no thermostatic valve, so it has lost its utility function. And we presented this radiator in this place, just next to the pipes that were undigged from the wall, to make a better impression of how the art galleries work and what can be hidden inside the walls. Because, ladies and gentlemen, normally art galleries have rooms that are all white. They are so-called white cubicles with no windows. We have window in this room, but normally windows are covered. Each pipe, each wire that can be on the wall is normally hidden in an art gallery. And that is what the artists want to tell us. He thinks What would happen if we just uncover everything, if we take out all fake walls in art galleries and we show what's beneath them, right? If we dig inside. So the artist accepts the space of an art gallery as such, as it is. The example of what is done to art gallery spaces can be also observed in our space, because in here we had a redecoration a few weeks before, and we covered our radiators that normally are in this room, but we decided to show the radiator by Tomasz Matuszak, which is a work of art, to play with viewers, so to say. Okay, let's go to the next work. This work may be barely visible at the first sight, but this is actually a piece of plexiglass, so a kind of transparent plastic. As I said, it is transparent. This is an object in the form of a rectangle, and in the upper part, in the middle of an upper part, there is an opaque peephole, and it is glued on this piece of plexiglass. The work is called in Polish Judasz, and for non-Polish speakers I have to explain the name, unfortunately I cannot provide only one word for translation of it. Judasz in Polish is what you can see in here. This is this white hole in the door, with which you can see what is on the other side. So we can say that this work is called Peephole on one hand, but the artist also stresses another story behind this name, with this name actually, and I will tell you this story in a second. What can this work mean actually? What we see in this work? In my opinion, this work can be as a so-called window dressing, right? So the play of the hiding of real image of people who do not want to show what they really like, what they really are like, and normally doors are not. You cannot see. The doors are not usually transparent. You cannot see through, and here the situation is reversed. And as our curators say, it can refer to Judas as a biblical figure, which was an ambiguous character, ambiguous person in Bible, a person who betrayed Jesus Christ. So our curators make this link between the name given by the artist and the character in the Bible, and also the link between the door in normal version we see at our homes and this kind of transparent door. Okay, next work that will be presented is actually a series of works created by Sławomir Toman, and these three works are from Closeup series. They present three artists who lived in the previous century. Warhol, from the right, Warhol. In the middle there is Picasso, and on the left there is Dali. This work is from the collection of the Lublin Society for the Encouragement of Fine Arts. We know the artist, and our curators had contact with the artist, so we know that the figurines that are painted on these works were painted from nature, not from imagination. It means that the artist painted them looking at existing plastic figurines that he found in one of Berlin's museums. What you can see in those three works is super accuracy, details, precision. They all look like photos, not like paintings. It is called hyperrealism. You can really see that artists spend a lot of time to recreate each and every shadow and each and every detail of figurines he had. And the works are created in the same characteristic way. There is a figurine that does not look realistic. It looks more like a caricature, and all of figures are placed on a uniform light blue background. Sławomir Toman is usually in his works he is looking for inspiration in popular culture, so he paints individual elements of popular culture, of what we see around us. I mean, neon lights, plastic toys, piles of colored pills, some animate characters and logos of well-known brands. The artist is inspired by pop art and hyperrealism. Okay, that's it about this series. And now let's go to Barbara Gryka. Barbara Gryka created, this is what you see actually, and this is not everything that Barbara Gryka created within her project that was called Architecture from the Inside, because Barbara Gryka actually created more than that, and she lived with the project, so to say, for more than 1 year. What you can see here are 8 photographs, and as you can see, each of them has a pair, so we have 4 pairs of photographs here. On each of the photographs we see a person and a room. No, on one we don't see a person, but I will tell you why. So they are built on the same technical principle, right? We have a room, we have some people, and in each pair there is the same room, the same place, but the person changes. You can see the artist on 4 of the photos. She is sitting on the photos I am showing. And this work was created, as I said, work was created as a part of Architecture from the Inside project. Barbara Gryka decided to live on the Juliusz Słowacki housing estate for more than a year. She was inspired by a theory of open form created by Oskar and Zofia Hansen. They were the architects who designed Juliusz Słowacki housing estate in Lublin. And she decided to visit people living on the estate. She decided to go to the houses, to meet them and to talk to them about their life, about what they think about the estate, about what they think generally about the situation in country, to get to know them actually. And every time she was visiting a flat, she was asking if she could take a photo of the most important place according to the person living in the flat. And if people agreed, she was taking photos of person living in the flat. That's why you see there is one picture with no person, because the person did not agree. And then she asked a person living in the flat to take a photo of her in the same place. Generally, there were more than just around 190 photos from the series, so there are a lot. 95 of them are in collection of Galeria Labyrinth. And what I can say more about this work is that Gryka was also creating video diaries. After each meeting, she was talking about people she had met, and she was also creating floor plans for each of the flat. Because on the Juliusz Słowacki housing estate, each flat have its unique floor plan. That's why the artist decided to make this kind of book with floor plans. Okay, that's it about Gryka. And now let's go to another work, the work that is the biggest work in our exhibition. This work was created by Mariusz Stravinsky and is called Alternative Figures from Floors from Drohobycz series. And there is a history behind this work I would like to tell you. And the history says that in 2006 the artist was invited by artistic director of the International Festival of Bruno Schulz in Drohobycz in Ukraine to present his works at the festival. And the artist
once went, he presented his works at the festival. It was not this work and any of the series. They were works from the previous period of his creation, and the artist got inspired by Drohobych, by tenement houses, by villas, by palaces that were in Drohobych, and the artist noticed a detail that he considered unique in all of those buildings, and the detail was or were floor tiles. And then he decided to recreate floor tiles from various villas and places he saw. And what you can see here are actually 4 oil paintings. They are paintings, not any other kind of technique. And they show floor fragments. They are all the same size. A total height of this work combined together is 2 meters, so 2 meters wide, 2 meters height, and they are symmetrical. And I would say almost identical. If you look at them closely, you may see that there are some differences in background tone, and if you look really closely, you may see that there are a few footprints on each of the painting. They are barely visible from afar. And all of them are abstract paintings, and artists create series of such paintings. He also says that each series can be expanded. We can present them in various forms. Sometimes the artist displays them on the floor, and sometimes on the floor and on the wall. And this was our first idea, to present them on the floor of the room. But then we thought that they look too much as if floor tiles, and someone could broke them. That's why we decided to put them on the floor, and the artist tries to paint something that we do not really take care of normally. He makes something usual, something normal, something with utility function, a work of art. In the same time, this work is lacking this utility function, so you cannot walk on those floor tiles. So this is the game the artist plays with viewers, showing us that not everything we look at, not everything we see is real. Okay, let's go to next work. Work created by Jan Ziemski. This work is called Optical Painting, and the next 2 works and the work by Mariusz Stravinsky are works that play a little bit with our sight, that there is a kind of optical illusion in all of those works. So this work is an optical painting. This is a painting, not any kind of sculpture, relief. This is a painting. And what you can see is actually that this work is not representing. It's an abstraction. You can see rectangular background with 4 trapezoids, and they resemble a kind of window frame or a picture frame. They are painted in gray and black paint. In the center, there is a white square and 5 semicircular boards that stick out of the painting. Depending on which side we look at the paintings from, this painting from, we can see different colors. If we look from the right side, we may see that the painting is white. If we now Karol is showing the left side, you can see that painting has got some colors. It is green and it is pink. So we can look from both sides at this painting. And this technique, introducing contrasting colors, make the optical illusion to this work. And this is the oldest work we present at our exhibition. It has almost 50 years. It comes from 1970s. And the artist usually creates works in an op art style. So he creates optical illusions, and he tries to make a visualization of a space, of the light, rhythm and movement. So if we look at this work for a longer period of time, we may see that it is
moving a bit, and it is due to these intensive and vibrant colors that are connected with black, white and gray. And now time for the last work that resembles work of Jan Ziemski a little bit because of the colors that are hidden inside. Again, we have neutral color that is outside, and in one part of the work we may see very vibrant and fresh colors. We want to actually look inside. It as if tempts us to look inside, what Karol may do. This work was created by Piotr Korol. He is a painter. He says he is a painter. And one may say that this work is not really a painting because it does not really look like a standard painting in a standard way, where paint is placed on a flat white canvas, paper or cardboard. This work is created out of MDF board, and this is actually a box with 6 holes we can look inside. This work can be compared to the Peephole work because the artist asked us to look inside, to be kind of voyeurs, and to look inside for tunnels that have various colors inside. We may call it also an inside-out painting. And again, the artist tries to play with viewers. The artist tries to change the utility function of a painting, because normally the paintings look differently in our homes when we hang them on the floor, on the wall, not on the floor. And the artist usually creates works that are interesting, so to say, because sometimes there are spikes created by putting very large amount of paint on works, and then some of his works resemble a sandwich that is made out of 2 whiteboards, and between them there is a color. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it about works at our exhibition. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching us. We really enjoyed having you at our exhibition. I would like to invite you to visit Galeria Labyrinth Facebook fan page, where we post every day interesting facts about art, where we post the exhibitions from our archives, and other critical text on art, and I think amusing text about modern art. Thank you very much, and hopefully see you again.